welcome to the broadcast and live stream of Moonshot Radio. Moonshot Radio is generously sponsored by the PNC Grow Up Great program. And here's your host, Dr. Nivea Torres.
Greetings and welcome to Moonshot Radio, where every moment is an opportunity to learn. I'm your host, Nivea Torres, Executive Director of the Kindergarten Readiness Collaborative, also known as KRC. Our vision is that all children in Indian River County will be ready for kindergarten. We proudly partner with the Moonshot Moment, who is transforming the next generation in Indian River County by having 90% of all students reading on grade level by the third grade. Joining me today from Gifford with a beautiful outdoor scenery is Miss Nikki Boswell. Nikki is the Early Childhood Specialist for the Kindergarten Readiness Collaborative. Welcome, Nikki.
Hello.
And Nikki, you're a regular contributor to our show. We're so glad to have you. We understand that you've been very busy these last couple of weeks. In spite of the pandemic, you have been really connecting with families personally, one-on-one. Tell us a little bit about the learning kits that you have been distributing and just the reactions that you've been receiving from parents.
Hello. It was really surprising. I want to say that because again, we started just as something to give our parents to just have something to do at home while we're in this crisis, and the response has been amazing. I don't want to say overwhelming, but amazing. And in the kid, it's just activities that they can do at home that's convenient, easy. We're hoping it's fun for the kids just to enjoy, while inside of the home. And the kids is all based on everything that they need to know before they go to kindergarten. We have a guideline that we use, and we using the wheel, the Help Me Grow wheel, and it's from birth to 8 years old. So all the kids are not just based on one particular age. It's a variety of ages.
Nikki, and that's very important because we often talk about milestones, and the wheel that you just showed really takes parents and families through those milestones. What should your child be doing at different stages during their development so that they're ultimately ready for kindergarten and they're ready for success?
Yes, it does. And again, the show today is really to ease the parents. We want the parents to know that kids learn differently. And that's the whole point of the activities. We don't want to give you a one set stone activity. We want to use one activity for multiple ways. So the kit is just something that can help guideline, as Nivea said, the milestones. And the milestones are broken up in different areas of age group. So parents, this is the time to relax, enjoy your child as you teach your child.
Nikki, and we want to clarify for our viewers and our listeners that when we talk about the learning kit, this is actually a bag of resources and materials that you and Maria and Fellsmere are distributing to our local families. But because of social distancing guidelines, the Kindergarten Readiness Collaborative and its partners here in Indian River County have had to postpone those parent training sessions that we've had in the past at Fellsmere Elementary and at Dodgertown Elementary. So these learning kits are supplementing the work that we do and hopefully will enhance those activities at home, particularly during the summer.
Yes, it does. It's just a tool that you can utilize at home just to keep your child on track. I want to say keep your child on track because daycare is not open and school's not going. We don't do the parent meeting that we have once a month. So the kit is just a very of every area, because we have language, we have cognitive, we have math, we have physical, and the physical is like the biggest thing. We was just going over some numbers, and it just seems like physical is kind of being pushed aside, but the bag utilize physical mostly doing all the activities, if it's fine motor or gross motor.
Nikki, that's a very important detail that you mentioned in getting kids ready for kindergarten. We're not only talking about letter numbers and sounds, but we're also talking about fine motor skills. We're talking about those physical components, whether a child can jump up and down, can skip. We're also talking about the social emotional component, and the kit addresses these areas in many different ways.
Yes, it covered all. And the cool thing about the kit, it gives you guidelines. It break it down to you. We're not just giving kits and say, here, utilize this at home. But we want to break it up into different groups. We have the math, and it talks about memory. Before the child actually learn how to identify, let's see, can they get the memory skills, the thinking skills going on? And then it takes it to another level. Okay, now we're going to match the numbers. Then go into the next one, you identify. And then once that, because it's only three, the cool thing about it is me and Maria are calling doing update calls. So when we begin to do the update calls, some of the parents like, well, my child can't do this or my child accomplished that. That's our job. We might throw you in a different way. And I'm glad we kind of talk about that one, because that was one of the ones that I had a lot of parents, oh, I think it's overwhelming. When you know your child and you feel like 10 or 11 numbers are too much, break it down. It doesn't mean that you have to get all of it, all the numbers at one time. Get 2 or 3 numbers and just gear for those 2 or 3 numbers with that child, because you can have a whole lot. Some kids only need small amount. So don't feel that because your child need a small amount that your child's not learning. No, it's just going to be more effective for your child.
Nikki, you've often said that it's really important to know your child. You just alluded to that. What exactly does that mean? Because I know parents are overwhelmed, as you indicated. They don't feel that they necessarily have the resources or the preparation. I'm not an educator. I'm not a teacher. I just don't know how to instruct my child. And during these difficult times, many of them have been called to teach at home and do the homeschooling and get them ready for success. So what does it mean to know your child, and how do you and Maria help your parents with that piece?
The most important is know what your child like. Once you know what your child like, you hold on to that and utilize it. Again, if we talking about the number, child like dolls. Okay, let's count out 2 dolls. This is the number 2. Your child may like um, cars. Utilize the cars to teach your child as what, that's going to get them to hold on to it. That's when I'm beginning to say, know your child, know what your child likes, know what gets your child frustrated. If you know that your child get frustrated when it comes to just counting itself, you could play that, switch it on them. Okay, let's play hide and seek. Busy child, I'm going to count out to 10. Flip it around. No, it's your time to count out to 10. So it's just knowing what your child like and what, gets your child really frustrated.
And you and Maria are also working on leveled activities. Once you know what your child likes and what your child is able to do, we want to keep challenging them and moving them to the next step. So if they are able to trace and identify a certain number of letters, then you want to move them to the next step and introduce other letters. So how do you and Maria incorporate those leveled activities into the kit?
Again, we break it down. We give you 3 different levels as what you can utilize with the kids. But again, that's when me and Maria get to know our parents a little bit more, the child a little bit more, because we do follow-up calls. So we began to do the follow-up calls. Our job is to actually listen to the parent, let the parent talk about their child. And it's like, have you tried this or have you tried that? Because I noticed you say your child like to climb. I want to say climb. I know we're inside of the home and kids, they like to climb. And a parent with the numbers, hey, place that number or place that letter upward. So when they begin to climb and want to get something out of the refrigerator, oh, what's that letter on that counter? Or what's that letter before you enter, get some cookies or whatever, it's there. So it's not keeping you so content in a box. Take it outside the box. Your child like to, okay, you know what? You like, let's run to the end of the sidewalk, touch that letter and run back.
Nikki, we're going to take a break to hear from our sponsors, but before we take a break, just very quickly, we want to refer everyone who's listening and tuning in to KRC's Facebook page for more information about the Learning Kit. You can send us a direct message and we'll make sure to connect you to Nikki and Maria. And when we come back, I want you to show us a little bit about the alphabet plate. I know that has been a very interesting activity for many of our families during the month of May. So let's take a break and we will be right back.
At the Kindergarten Readiness Collaborative, our vision is for every parent, regardless of income or zip code, to have the knowledge and tools they need to raise healthy children that are prepared for kindergarten. Our mission is to support our partners in developing a high-quality early childhood system that is family-centered. Our outreach and parent engagement specialists connect with families and build trusted relationships. KRC has chosen Fellsmere and Gifford as our two focus areas in Indian River County. Our Fellsmere office is located downtown in the city annex, and our New Gifford office is located within Victory Park Apartments. Our administrative offices are now located adjacent to Healthy Start and Treasure Coast Community Health in Vero Beach. The Kindergarten Readiness Collaborative, developing a high-quality early childhood system for all children in Indian River County.
Everyday activities are great for finding moments for talking and teaching new words. Babies' brains grow 80% in the first 18 months of life. As parents and your baby's first teacher, you can help build their brain with language and literacy skills. Involve the whole family. Ask questions. The more words babies hear, the larger their vocabulary can grow. Support early childhood education by talking, reading, singing, and family engagement. This message has been brought to you by PNC Grow Up Great and the Florida Grade Level Reading Campaign.
Hi, Leah Waldo's, and although you're used to me talking about Waldo's, this time it's about the Driftwood Resort. Many have had to cancel vacation plans this summer, but the Driftwood Resort is coming to the rescue. From now through October 31st, the Driftwood is offering a studio unit deal. Stay 2 nights and get your 3rd night free. When booking, mention the Driftwood loves the locals. As always, upon availability. Driftwood Resort in Waldo's, where we have your staycation covered. 772-231-0550.
It's time to call Easy Brew Coffee and Bottled Water Service and learn just how much you can save and how convenient it is to have your coffee and bottled water delivered right to your home or office. In addition to water coolers, Easy Brew offers individual bottles of water in 8 or 16-ounce bottles. No more lugging it home or dragging it into the office. Serving the Treasure Coast for over 2 decades, 2 letters, 1 simple name. Easy for Easy Brew. Visit e-zbrew.com or call 800-792-3285. Easy Brew.
Everyone wants to do their part in preventing the spread of the coronavirus, and doing your laundry the right way can help. This is Tom Rhodes, owner of Sunshine Laundries, with some helpful laundering tips. Do not shake dirty laundry, because that can disperse the virus through the air. If you're out and about around other people, change your clothes when you get home in case your clothing picked up the virus. For more helpful coronavirus fighting tips, visit sunshinelaundries.com.
We're back to Moonshot Radio, where every moment is an opportunity to learn. I'm your host, Nivea Torres, Executive Director of KRC, and joining me today from Gifford is Nikki Boswell. Nikki is the early literacy specialist for KRC. Nikki, welcome back. And right before the break, you were talking about all the wonderful things we have in the May kit. Could you walk us through the alphabet plate?
Yes, the alphabet play has been a really, really big hit. Again, and this is not just learning their alphabet, it's also helping them with their fine motor. I think it's a great one because it's time consuming. So, a lot of times we're like, okay, we just need a 5-minute break or a 10-minute break. Hey, give them their clothespin and the plate if they're old enough to not tear it up. So this here is just have uppercase letters and lowercase letters. And the whole gym, they have to find the letter on the plate. Once they find it, they place it on there. But again, it's helping them with their fine motor. We want to get them ready to start writing and drawing. So just practicing daily, just clipping it on. And I noticed that I had a lot of the parents was like, oh, my child is able to do that. And I was like, okay, they know how to do that. Do they know their letters? I had a couple say yes. I said, what about the sounds? And they was like, yes. I said, well, what about the pre-reading? So they was like, pre-reading. Again, simple plate, clothespin. We cat. That's a 3-letter word. At. So you're breaking the sounds up. So you're giving them the opportunity to find the letters, the k, c, then they'll find the k, at, they'll find the a, and then the t, k, at, cat. So you're not just utilizing just for the fine motor to identify the sounds, but also the pre-reading and the pre-spelling. So one plate, 5 different activities.
I love it, Nikki. I was just thinking about that as you were describing it. Letters, sounds, forming words. Absolutely. One simple plate can give you a lot of activities at home for your little one. And this activity is in the KRC Learning Kit for May. Again, you can reach us through our Facebook page and we will connect you with Nikki or Maria. Nikki, we've also been getting a lot of questions from families. We know that KRC is known in the county for the Roundup, which is an event that normally takes place in the early spring. Because of the pandemic this year and social distancing guidelines, we weren't able to do that. However, I do know that you and Maria are very active doing summer roundups and getting little ones registered for VPK and kindergarten. How are you doing that?
Once we deliver the kit or just get a phone call question about the roundup or getting their child ready for kindergarten, me and Maria, we have all the paperwork that you need. Even if you don't have a bill that comes to your house, we have the resident bill, the sign off that you can get notarized. What we're doing is we're bringing them the package of the forms. We're having the parents to fill them out. We are collecting them only if the parent feels safe, allowing us to turn it in. And we have the connect numbers to some of the, administration that's at the school district to maybe meet us up at the office to turn them in. So again, KRC, we want to be a help to anybody that needs their child ready for kindergarten. Contact us. We'll do our best to get your paperwork and turn your paperwork in. And again, that's just helping us to build our relationship with our parents as far as being that navigate for them.
Well, we also want to take a moment to thank the Indian River Community Foundation, who is the sponsor of this year's roundup. And through their generosity, we've been able to distribute these learning kits throughout the summer to conduct these summer roundups and have those conversations with families, and also PNC, who's providing a lot of goodies for the learning kit. I actually have one here. Grover's Circle, I believe, is one of the items that was also put in the May kit. So we want to thank those two sponsors for their generous support. Nikki, what can we expect in the summer learning kit? I know you and Maria are working very hard getting ready for June and July distribution.
Okay, moms, dad, grandma. This is going to be more excited. This is going to be outside. That's why I chose to sit outside today. A lot of the activities, we want to take them outside now. You know, this is summer, but again, you still learn and you play. We have a beach ball, not just a regular beach ball, but we have cars to go with these beach balls, and we're going to do a little bit about rhyming. So before they play with the ball, they're going to have to rhyme some words, extra pictures that rhymes. Smaller ones, just the color. You see red, they're going to have to put it on the red stripe. So a lot of the outside. We have chalk, we have bubbles. You know, you can do it inside if you like, but a lot of the activities are geared for outside. And not just that, we have backyard scavenger hunt. Parents, you can be out here sitting, get the energy out your child, and it's just like, okay, go find me something that's yellow, or go point to something that is green. You know, you want to be visual to be able to see your child, but again, we want to be a little bit more fun, take them outside. And again, they're listening to what you're saying. And you might say, get 3 rocks and put them on top of your head. That's following direction. And if you notice, I'm still here sitting down. I'm not running behind them. I'm not saying, oh my God, get off the table, or don't jump, don't run. I'm sitting, I'm relaxing, I'm enjoying, but I'm also being my child first teacher.
Nikki, what a great idea to get families outside, because many of us have been indoors for quite a long time. It is summer. We want to be able to enjoy summer and the beautiful weather that we have here in Florida. And what better way to engage with nature, to have some fun activities where children can identify things that they see around them, count objects that they see. Thank you so much for taking the time to come up with those great activities for the summer kit. So before we sign off, we also want to share that we want to hear from families, and I know that there's a feedback card that you will be distributing in the kit. Nikki, if we want to show that very quickly, if you have it. And if you don't have it, that's okay. That is okay.
I know what's on it. I know.
Yes, well, we basically want to hear from families, right, Nikki?
Right. We just want to know, like, how many you have in your household. Again, our numbers has just risen all the way up. I want to say over the top. And as there's a lot of parents and a lot of families we don't know. So we want to be able to give you enough of material that it keeps the house going smooth. Because if you got 4 or 5 kids, or even 2 kids, and we're only giving you one material, that is going to cause a little difference, you know. Again, we love each other, but I want my own, you know, as an individual.
Of course.
And just feedback of what you know, what are your family like the most, or something that was not, you know, too attractive for your child. We want to know. We don't want to just give you something and thinking this is what you want or this is what your child needs. So the card's just letting us know which way we need to go on the next bag.
Nikki, thank you so much for joining us from outside, outdoor. Gifford, thank you for tuning in. Everyone, until next time, this has been Moonshot Radio, where every moment is an opportunity to learn.